Welcome back to my channel, and I'm gonna give my quick take on Don't Worry, Darling. But before I do that, let me just give you the synopsis, and this comes from AMC. Alice, Florence Pugh, and Jack, Harry Styles, are lucky to be living in Victory, the experimental company town housing the men who work for the top secret Victory project and their families. Life is perfect, with every resident's needs met by the company. All they ask in return is unquestioning commitment to the Victory cause. But when cracks in their idyllic life begin to appear, exposing flashes of something much more sinister lurking beneath the attractive facade, Alice can't help questioning what they're doing in Victory and why. Just how much is Alice willing to lose to expose what's really going on in paradise? So, before I get to the film and what I thought about my quick take on it, for those that are aware, there's been some drama surrounding the film, drama to say the least, right? And I even made a video of it. So if you want to kind of learn a little bit of it, you can check out that video. I didn't talk about everything that's going on because some new stuff has actually surfaced. Like even today, as I was watching the film, um, I saw that a new article came out that Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde, the director, um, had a disagreement on set, right? And they didn't like necessarily agree with certain shots or things like that, right? But to me, I would assume that that happens in almost most films where there's some disagreements, and I think healthy disagreements are good. Whether this was healthy or not, I have no idea. I wasn't there. We don't know right now. But I think because of all the surrounding drama, everything's being sensationalized. So everything's coming out, and everything's becoming a big deal. But like I said, there are two artists that I'm sure have their opinion on something, and like I said, there could be some healthy dialogue and disagreements. Doesn't have to be everything negative. So who knows? We don't know if it's negative or not. But as far as the film itself, the is it any good? Does it live up to the hype? What's the thoughts, right? So for me, it's a little disappointing. It really is. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't, but it is. Um, the main feeling that I had with the film while I was watching the film was the word that kept popping up in my head was frustrating. I felt frustrated with the film, and I think that so the reason why I felt frustrated was I felt that the movie was a collection of scenes, and there was no cohesion. So I watch a lot of, I like to watch like these reality shows with about clothing and people making clothes like Project Runway. And sometimes they're tasked with making a collection, right? So one of the big things that people get criticized is like there's no cohesion, right? Sometimes there doesn't always have to be, a cohesion to make it a collection, but for the most part, I would say, generally people want to see a cohesion, right? And for me, this was just like I said, it's a collection of scenes, but it wasn't cohesive enough for me, where it just made it, like a really like a true film, right? It just didn't. It wasn't a whole complete film for me, and that's why I felt that it was. That's why I don't. I just didn't. I just was disappointed. Like I said, it was frustrating. It was very frustrating. Unfortunately, I was hoping it was gonna be great. The trailers look pretty interesting, but so this movie, at least from the trailers, what I did like is they didn't give it away. So basically, it's almost like it could have been, it's a sci-fi. It's almost like it's pretty much a sci-fi film, really. if you think about it because of the ending. But it could have been like a really, low key, great sci-fi film. You could see the potential. The potential was there for sure, but it just didn't. Like I said, the cohesiveness wasn't there, and that's the disappointing part. Um, Damn, because at the end, I guess the last part, the finale, if you will, the crescendo, what other things I can come up with? Basically, the reveal of what's happening is they're basically in the meta world, as we call it now, right? They're basically like in a VR, like a virtual world. And so in the real life, she's uh she's a doctor, at least like a surgical doctor or something. She's an MD, at least that's what we can see. And I'm not sure what he is. It never really explained what he is, but you can see him. What we see of him in the real world is he's listening to this podcast, and it's basically the podcast of the Victory Project. And so then he joins the Victory Project, and he has to um, basically put his wife under like this. Like, it's like these machines, like these things that go on your eyes, and he has to like he's putting like some liquid in her mouth, I guess, to like sedate her or something. I don't know. He's doing something, right? And so he decides for them, right? She has no decision on it because he doesn't talk to her about it. He decides that because of I guess the way he doesn't like the way their life in the real world, so he wants to, I guess, have a what he considers a better life. So he joins the Victory Project, and so she's put under that, whatever you want to call it. So she's under that, and during the film, so we find out that, so we that's when we discover this as the audience at the end. But during the basically the whole film, she starts seeing like these visions, these things, right? And she really starts seeing it when she goes to the headquarters where you're not supposed to go. So the women in this town, and it looks like to me it looks like what is it called? Palm Springs. It looks like Palm Springs to me, and I think that's probably where they shot it most likely because it really does look like that. So they're like in this desert town, and so the women stay home. They provide for their men. They clean the house, cook, whatever, and it's set back like in like the what is it, 50s, 60s, seven. I don't know what year it is. 70. I have no idea. Um, and it's it's not modern day for sure. And so they're in this town, right? And so one of them is already, she already, I guess, went also to the headquarters, and she started getting these visions. So once you reach the headquarters, you're basically getting out of the meta world. That's basically what's happening. You're being thrown back into the world. So then they have to put you back into it, into the meta world. And so it's all this crazy stuff. So that's what she's sort of like going, what seems like she's going crazy because she's having these visions, but it's not even necessarily of the real world. It's just random visions. So I think that what they could have done better is given us flashes of her being like a doctor, of her, but they keep showing like these visuals of like ballerinas because she, in the film, these women go to like classes to, ballerina classes and stuff like that, dance classes. And so they keep giving us visuals of that. But what I think what they could have done to really like I said, cohesion, is given us like flashes of real world, right? Of her and Jack's real life. Because then it would have been we would have been seeing the difference, right? The difference of this world, where it's like back in the 50s or whatever, and to the modern world. right? So it would have been like giving us that like, as the audience, like, what the hell is going on? Like, that's interesting, right? So that would have been cool. Because this movie for me relied too much on the visuals. It seemed more like a visual thing than like a storytelling. Um, like I said, it's like that cohesion part where it was like a collection of scenes, of visuals, but it wasn't the full. It didn't come together as a as a whole. The cohesion part that was missing. So yeah, like I said, it was frustrating, very frustrating because you could see the potential. You really can. You can really see the potential in the story, and it just didn't work for me. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's the takeaway that I have for it, and I would say check it out for sure. See if you liked it. Like I said, the second half, or not even the second half, like the last third, that's when it started getting more exciting. But still, it left a lot to be desired, and left a lot on the table where it could have just been that cohesion that was missing. So I would say, well, check it out. Well, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, give me a comment if you enjoyed it, or if you didn't, let me know why you didn't, and check out my other content. And well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.